Hey guys, today I want to talk to you about working hours to buy things. There are many articles and videos everywhere on the internet about when you want to buy something, whether it's like a piece of clothing or shoes or any kind of gadget or any item you see in a store. Before you can buy it, you should calculate how many hours does it take you to work in order to earn the amount to buy it, and then whether you want to work this many hours to buy the thing. So if you're making like $10 an hour and the item you want to buy is $20, and you look at this item, and you should ask yourself, do you want to work 2 hours to buy this thing? And you should decide whether it's worth it for you to work at your job 2 hours to buy these things or not. But it's not like it is. There's more to it. Well, the first reason why it doesn't work like that, because lots of hours you work, let's say you work 40 hours a week. Well, some of these hours, most of it maybe, depending on your situation, are already spent for your either rent or mortgage, utilities, all the expenses, the food, all the expenses you normally have to have. Doesn't matter how many hours you work, and whether you work or not, you still have to have a place to live. You still have to pay the bills like car insurance or whatever other kind of insurance you have to pay. Those bills still come, and they're not any different if you work more hours. So it's like all the hours you work, some of them already spent, so you can't spend them twice. Another thing also, you cannot work unlimited hours. So you cannot just go and buy unlimited items in a store. Like, okay, this is 1 hour, this is 3 hours, this is 5 hours, and then you end up with like hundreds of hours per week. You can't possibly work this much because you physically can't. So the hours you have left that are not already used up but by normal living expenses, they're limited, and there's only maybe a couple things you can buy, or maybe none at all. It depends. Also, your hourly rate, whatever you're making, let's say you're making $10 an hour, it's at the end you don't get $10 an hour. Maybe you get 6 or 7, it depends. But let me tell you why it's less. So because you work, you have extra expenses like gas to get to work, and plus also driving is not only gas, it's also your cars getting used up, and maybe you have to pay more in insurance if you drive more miles and all those things. And there are extra clothes that you have to buy because you can't just go to work in your pajamas in most places, or in your old at-home clothes. Sometimes you need special shoes. Sometimes you need tools. So all those things, it's like if you have to spend on all those things, you end up making less. It also takes time to get to work and from work, and also takes time to get ready for work. And maybe when you're driving to work, you don't come exactly 1 minute before you have to start the work. Maybe you come like 15 minutes before you start work, maybe because you don't want to be late otherwise, or sometimes you get stuck in traffic and that wastes extra time. So your 8 hours day can easily become 9 or 10 hours days. So, and if you're earning like $80 a day, that's like $10 an hour. But if you divide this $80 by 9 or 10 hours, that's less dollars an hour, so you're actually making less. So now we have your hourly pay minus taxes, minus work expenses, minus because it takes you more time than you're actually getting paid for. So your $10 an hour can easily become like $6 an hour, maybe, your take-home pay after all the hours you spent for work. And then if you're looking at the item that costs $20 to buy, and you're thinking like, it takes me 2 hours to earn it, Well, it actually probably takes you more than 3 hours to earn it. So are you still willing to work this much time to buy this new item? Maybe in this case you will not be so much willing anymore, after also considering that you also most of your work hours already spent on the things that you have to have that you don't buy in a store, that's like housing and food and all other necessities. So that's why I don't use these working hours to buy things calculation, because it doesn't work for me like that. And because, well, yeah, most of the money I earn is actually for necessities, so there's not much left for things I want to buy. And I would rather, instead of things I want to buy, I would rather save it for the future so we can be living better off and the other goals. So please tell me in the comments down below if you're still calculating by working hours that it costs you to buy things at the store, because this really doesn't work for me. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.